Why do so many women today say they don't need a man because they're independent as hell? If a man has friends who don't want kids and hires a maid and a prostitute, why would he need a woman? It's so easy to get them to think that way because many of them do think that their worth is tied to their bodies. When you take away their bodies and all the other basics like cooking and cleaning, no woman is taught how to do those things. It's so strange that today's girl game is about how to keep a man besides sex. Today, the girl game is the same as the guy game, which is how to attract a man. There's no trick to getting a man to like you. It's in your nature as a woman for men to be attracted to you. It's the law of nature. It's such a waste of time to learn how to get a man's attention, because that's not the real problem women are facing. How many women complain that men aren't this or that? It's because it's so easy to get them in your DM. Athletes will slide into your DM if you look good. There are a lot of men to choose from on dating apps. Sissies will send you money just to let you know they exist. You're not learning how to keep the men you thought were good for you. No one teaches you this. Your grandmother or great-grandmother didn't teach women how to play this game to keep a man, how to get the ring, and how to make him want to come back. Women are just giving away their bodies, and after sex, they have nothing else to offer. The man thinks, great, here's another notch on my belt. She's nothing special. It's like a roulette wheel for men, with women after women giving up their bodies in the same way, and not being able to do anything that men would find attractive and feminine, like cooking, cleaning, or being submissive. If there is a single reason we are in such a desperate situation, it would be the sexual revolution. The women's liberation movement repealed traditional gender roles, says FGM author Indra Nooyi. It was intended to liberate men and women by freeing them of the restrictions that society placed on their behavior. It's for these reasons that Nooyi argues that the practice no longer serves its original purpose and has become obsolete. The first step in this process is to play the part of a woman. Since all culture is learned, it then becomes possible for individuals to choose their own identity. One way to do this is by claiming or inventing one's own gender identity. There is no game for women today that is being passed down from older women. This is because younger women are competing with older women for the same good men. Think about it. If you have a man in his 30s, 40s, or 50s, who is your competition? If you're a woman in your 40s or 50s on the market, and you've learned some things and picked up some knowledge, you're not going to share it with these young 20-year-olds who are after your men and getting them. Because the guy will want a younger woman, right? You're basically out of the game after 30. You're too old, and that's a bitter pill to swallow if you didn't use your feminine power when it was at its peak. If you're over 30 and still looking for a ring and a man to take care of you so you can live in a traditional household, you've already lost. And you sure as hell aren't going to teach a young woman the right way, because that young woman is stealing the man you want to settle down with. He wants to find a younger woman so that he can train and shape her into the kind of woman he wants. He doesn't want a woman over 30 who has been through the ringer and is now looking for a new horse. He doesn't want to deal with the baggage that dating culture has drilled into a woman's head. That's why so many women over 30 have been hurt, and men who are mature and smart can see this coming from a mile away and say, nope, put her back on the shelf and let someone else pick her up and deal with it. This is why it's hard for women to get men to commit to them. We all value youth, beauty, and your body being exclusively ours. That's something a man can be proud of, whether you accept it or not. A man has to build value to become a man in a woman's eyes. Until women learn how to keep a man happy, how to keep a man committed, and how to keep a man, women will keep getting dumped and thrown off the roulette wheel of love. Women get a raw deal. We don't have any say in the matter, and we are considered the weaker sex. It's not fair, but it's true. Many women feel they have to put up with some type of sexual harassment. It is not just men who do this. Women can be just as bad, if not worse. There are also a lot of women that don't seem to mind being harassed because they think it's what you have to do to get ahead in the world. It's not. You have a right to say no and be treated respectfully. Women must stand up for themselves, especially when targeted by someone in authority on who they are dependent, e.g., a professor, professor's assistant, supervisor. The best advice is to find someone you trust and talk it out with them so you don't feel alone. It doesn't even fit with the natural femininity of women. This is why so many women are depressed. This is why so many women have mental health problems. When the clock is ticking and you're killing it at work at 35, and then you're told you have to freeze your eggs because the corporate world is not what you wanted and you'd rather stay home and raise a family. But you can't go back and change your mind because men won't look at you the same way when you're ready to settle down and start a family. A real woman like you grew up with cobwebs on her back. No thanks, bro. Men didn't work hard and bust their asses to achieve great things in life. And who's got to get her eggs frozen or needs to get fertility treatments to help her have children? If you're a woman who's had to take care of herself in the fields, or who has to carry water on her head, or gets by on just a few dollars a day and ekes out an existence with her children, then maybe those cobwebs are worth it. She needs this kind of man who will be there for her all the time. She needs a man who will like her the way she is, not someone who will make her scrub those cobwebs off and then feel bad about it. That's it for today. Help me take my channel to 20k subs ASAP. It will help me in creating more interesting videos for you. Take care.